Welcome everybody, and thank you for coming to our Bio-Flex Pre-Apprenticeship graduation. And we're so grateful to all of you for being a part of this program, which has grown to something very large now. And hopefully we're making an impact, and the ultimate goal was to get people interested in bioscience, and I think we're making a lot of headway in that area. So there's so many people to thank, and if you could flip to the next slide, we decided we would write everybody's name down so you could just be acknowledged in this way. There's so many people that go into planning these programs, and funding partners and academic partners and stakeholders and the teachers and the counselors and the workshops and the County of Los Angeles, and all of it is what goes into creating these programs. So to the graduates, know that there's a lot of support and people behind you to help you succeed. And even though your program is coming to a close, we're all still here to help you along your career pathway, to help continue your education and get you into these fantastic jobs at local bioscience companies. And we have a great program today. And if you can flip to the next slide, Deborah, maybe you could talk a little bit about our
Amelia's
agenda.
next. Yeah. Amelia?
Amelia.
Yep, there's a little delay. Hold on.
Oh. And while you're getting the delay, just to mention, I put it in the chat. There are a few people who joined who we didn't have an RSVP that should have been on that list, so I apologize in advance, but we just did it by the RSVPs. So like Rosemary and a couple of others, our apology.
Sure.
Okay, so the agenda today, Chris was giving you the initial welcome, and he's going to do a brief overview of Bio-Flex, including introducing our champion employer, Bachem. And then we will have a wonderful guest speaker, Timshel Tarbet, Vice President, Business Excellence and Diversity from SCAN Health Plan, is our keynote speaker today. Then you'll be meeting our graduates, one slide at a time. And graduates, when your school, we're doing it by schools, so when your school is up, be ready to unmic yourself for your couple of words. The same thing with if there's an actual host, we will be asking you if you'd like to say a sentence or two, just very, very, very briefly. And then after you've met all of our graduates, we will open it to audience comments. If anybody would like to make any comments about the students, about the program, whatever, it's an open time. And those that have to leave, obviously, we appreciate that. But everything is with our thanks. Okay, Amelia.
So just to bring everybody up to speed, for those that are not real familiar with how this program got started, it happened a couple of years ago, and we had been working on apprenticeship for the aerospace industry, and that was running very successfully. And at the time in the 2nd District, Mark Ridley Thomas, the supervisor, became very interested in what we were doing, and the County of Los Angeles was very supportive of trying to lift bioscience in the region. And it became clear that in order to do that, we had to have a strong workforce. We wouldn't be able to attract companies if they couldn't find the talent they need locally. So they reached out to us to help build a program that could impart with a lot of other stakeholders in the region to help get people interested in this career, and then help them on a career pathway that would lead to apprenticeship and to employment. And so with the help of the county, we got a couple nice seed grants, and then from there we got some funding from Howmet Foundation and some funding from the state of California, and then helped bridge partnerships with our great staff on the special projects team here, Amelia, Deborah Shepard, Jameli, and Gabby. We were able to pull big regional sector partnership meetings together to identify what the needs of the industry were and how to best address those needs. And all the roads we were on pointed to an apprenticeship model to deliver the training. And one of the champion employers of this effort from quite some time ago was Danielle Bell Ellison with Bachem America, who became the chair of our advisory committee the company did, and with their help, we've been registering apprenticeships, and now their company is getting started with a really nice program in that area. And so, Danielle, would you like to say a couple words about what Bockham is doing?
Yeah, first, thank you. I mean, it's been a great journey in supporting the pre-apprenticeship program as well as the apprenticeship program. And with our colleagues on the advisory board, we've come a long way. And it is actually a really exciting time for us. We have a group of people within our organization who have developed an apprenticeship program, and actually we're in the process of hiring our first 2 people to start the program. So it's really been a great journey, and I want to thanks to everyone who's helped supported this process and this development. And I want to say congratulations to the new graduates from the Bio-Flex Pre-Apprenticeship program, and good luck in your science fields.
Thank you. Amelia? Chris, anything else? Okay.
No.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Well, I am absolutely honored to have this opportunity to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Timshel Tarbet. Timshel will share how the power of diversity within our youth and LA communities will help solve multiple healthcare and public health issues. As Vice President, Business Excellence and Diversity Strategy at SCAN Health Plan, which is headquartered in Long Beach, Timshel is focused on leading initiatives that expand to new, diverse populations with SCAN's proven expertise in keeping older adults healthy and independent. Well, you might ask, what does her work with older adult population have to do with our graduates who are much younger? It's her strong belief that we must take care of our community as a whole. Think about COVID and how the pandemic affected each of us, and the lessons we're learning about serving populations of all ages in ways that meet each where they are at. Timshel is relatively new to our area, starting at SCAN this past December. Prior to SCAN, she spent 16 years at Portland-based Cambia Health Solutions, part of Blue Cross Blue Shield Association of Plans. She served in the United States Air Force and attended the Community College of Air Force before earning her BS in Business Administration and MBA from University of Phoenix, along with multiple HR and risk management licenses and certifications. She's still shuttling between Oregon and LA, but her outside of work life centers around her family. She's the proud mother of Mikkel, 24, Keenan, 16, Lily, 12, and Dahlia, 10. Help me give Timshel a warm LA community welcome. Thank you. Timshel, you're on.
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Chris. I do want to just call out, it's Oregon, not Oregon. I have to call that out just because, you know, it's something that as people move up here and take over from California, we always like to call that out. So I am super excited to be here. Good afternoon, you know, students, graduates, parents, mentors, advisory board, all in attendance. It seems like we've got, you know, quite the list of folks here. And you know, I'm very much honored to be here to talk with you guys a little bit. I'm hoping that by the end of this, I can leave you all with a little bit of inspiration. So when I was a little girl growing up in Oregon, I knew exactly what I was going to be when I got older. I was going to be a barrel racer. Mind you, I had never competed. I did know how to ride horses, but I didn't know how to be a professional barrel racer. I didn't even have the right horse. There's specific horses that you need to have to barrel race, and I didn't have the right horse. So I never made it to my first dream, traveling the rodeo circuit, making millions, you know, with my trusty steed going around those barrels. I realized that my path was going to change, and that's okay. And, you know, I hope that I can impart with you guys that your path is probably going to change too. That's okay. Please remember that, you know, nothing is set in stone and that paths change. I was adopted when I was 3 days old into a wonderful family where it was myself and my older sister. When I was about 6, my parents divorced, and I kind of moved back and forth between them for, you know, most of my childhood. My mom made about $10,000 a year as a farmer, And I remember many times where she would feed us and would not eat because we didn't have enough money to feed us and the horses. So she'd just have some of the horse grain and call it a day. So I also knew that when it was time to decide what to do after high school, that there wasn't going to be any financial assistance for me to pay for college. So during my senior year, I decided that I was going to enlist in the United States Air Force. I knew that I wanted to give back. I wanted to serve my country. And I was lucky enough to spend the next 8 years experiencing new people, new places, new events. It was really, mind-opening. In that time, I was able to learn a lot about myself and how I wanted to play in the world. I learned a sense of community, how what I do matters. Even when I think it's a really small thing, it could be monumental for someone else. And so I'm very deliberate about my actions. I learned that I needed to set goals and to work hard, and that if I did my very best, it would pay off. The time I spent in the Air Force was both stateside and overseas, and I was exposed to all different ages, races, nationalities, income levels, and honestly, approaches to life. There was a point in time where I had to rapid deploy. I was a single mom away from my son. We were living in Germany. They needed me to head to go to Kosovo, and I had about 48 hours to be in country. And so I literally dropped my son, who was 3, off at a childcare center and got on a plane. And I was in Kosovo and he was by himself, and my sister was flying from Oregon over to Germany to pick him up. I knew, though, that if she didn't make it or something were to have happened, that my community over there, my military community, would pick him up from daycare and would take care of him. Mind you, I knew I was also going to be gone for months, and they were willing to take care of him during that entire time. So that taught me even more about, opportunities and community support, and how, what I could do to take care of others. I also knew at the end of that it was time for me to seek a different path, and that my time in the military and the Air Force was coming to an end. And I knew that, nothing is set in stone and that paths change. So I've worked for, as Deborah said, for county and state governments in Oregon, along with the multi-state health insurance organization, Cambia Health Solutions, and now I'm at SCAN in Southern California. I've worked in many different roles, so human resources, strategic planning, enterprise risk management, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and now I'm responsible for business excellence and diversity strategy. In each of those organizations and in the roles, I was able to learn, to grow, to stretch myself. I was able to set a goal. I was able to work hard to attain those goals. And there were times where I missed the goal. There were times where I wasn't able to achieve what I thought I was going to achieve. And at the beginning, to me, it would have felt like a failure. But what I learned over time was that there are lessons and learnings in those also. And so I knew that as I continued on, that I was going to take the time to learn from each of the goals that I set, even if I was not able to achieve them in the time frame that I felt like I needed to. I am definitely not famous. I'm not rich. Half the time, I'm still unsure if I'm on the right path. I, at one point, wanted to be a surgeon, but I wasn't really ready to commit to being in school for that much longer. So decided to stick on the path that I'm on, but I do know that, nothing is set in stone and paths change. One of the things when I logged on, I was kind of showing folks my backgrounds. One of the things that I'm lucky enough to do right now at SCAN is to be able to empower a sense of community through the different, through our different SCAN interactions. And so one of the things that I've done is created, and we do it each month as we're celebrating people, the different backgrounds. So this was our February one, which was Black History Month. So I'm going to show these to you guys really quick. This is our Women's History Month one. We also did the AAPI one, mental health awareness, and then now we're at the LGBTQ+ Pride. So it's one of the things that I really enjoy doing. I have done these at Scan since I started, and I get so many emails. I mean, I've had people calling me crying, telling me that they feel honored and appreciated. So this is something that for me, super small action, but for them is huge because it means I see them, I'm part of their community, and that I'm supporting them. I have one son who has experienced a life-threatening illness. He had leukemia when he was little. And I have another one who has learning difficulties with ADD. Being a single mom at the time when my older son had cancer, I really felt the sense of community coming around me and supporting me and my whole family as we work to battle his fight with cancer. He is okay, just so you guys know, so no worries there. I think there were some amazing doctors and researchers that enabled it so that by the time he was ill and sick, we were able, and I was able to have a pretty good outcome. And so then the other thing that I think I would call out to that is, you know, I don't know that those people in the past really felt like they were going to be making a meaningful difference to me, but they did. I have an uncle, a great uncle, who is the most decorated Marine fighter pilot there is. I also have an uncle who served his time in the military with no special accolades. I've experienced losing both of my adoptive parents, and I've been lucky enough to go on and find my birth father and get another chance to have a parent. I've been blessed by others who've helped me walk a path that has been varied, helping to support me when I needed it most, helping to help me set aggressive goals and then working to attain them. It sounds to me like there's a lot of folks on this call and a lot of others who are willing and want to help you set those goals, and I really want to encourage you to do that. I believe that life is about learning. I do believe that paths change. I believe that if we're all able to think of others first, then we will experience others thinking about us and putting us first. And I do believe that nothing is set in stone and that paths will change. Each of you, each and every one of us is going to play a very vital role in building up our community and helping others who need the help. And I think we all know that there's somebody who's worse off than you are. If not, just recollect back to my mother eating horse food to feed herself. Each of you is unique. Each of you has a voice, and each of you has so much potential. You don't have to do what's expected of you. You can do so much more than that. You can demand more than that, especially because it might seem to you like you're just one person, but you know what? To one person, you could make such a meaningful change in their life. When you think about somebody like Katherine Johnson, who is an amazing mathematician, if you guys haven't watched Hidden Figures, I would really encourage you to. You will be able to see that she looked at a situation, she saw computers being brought in, spent the time to learn and to shift her focus and deal with all of the many obstacles that, you know, were put in front of her, because I think she knew that, you know, nothing is set in stone and that paths change. Or if you look up Alexa Kennedy, you will see that she was the first African-American female neurosurgeon in the US. She was also the first one to be certified by the American Board of Neurological Surgery. Her inspiration actually started when she attended a summer program for minority students at the University of Michigan. What's interesting about that is she almost didn't even attend that, because earlier in her college career, she had kind of lost most of her self-confidence and she almost dropped out of college. But she worked hard to gain her confidence back, which she needed, because as she progressed and became the first African-American female neurosurgeon, she did have a lot of challenges and obstacles that were put in front of her, and she was able to set her goals and break barriers, because she knew that, you know, after all, nothing is set in stone and that paths will change. So if I can leave you with anything, I want to encourage each of you to recognize your worth, your ability, your potential, and to remind you that life is going to throw you curveballs. It's not going to be easy all of the time. But if you demand more, both from yourself and from others, and are willing to be a lifetime learner, you will be able to have unlimited opportunities. Make sure to set both short and long-term goals, but be willing to be flexible, and find that if you need to reassess your goals, don't see it as a failure, but look at it as a lesson. There was one time where I heard a speech. It was from an admiral in the Navy. He was a SEAL. And that speech really stood with me. He said, if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed in the morning. And that stuck with me. And I know that I want to change the world, even if it's for one person. So every day when I get up, the first thing I do is I make my bed, pillows and all, setting it all up. And when I do that, I realize that I've accomplished something that day. It might be a small task, but it's still a task that I was able to accomplish. I made a goal and I set a goal and I made it. Puts me in a positive mode, positive mindset. And then as I go through the day, those small tasks and those small accomplishments add up. And I know the little things pays off. And honestly, if I have a bad day, I love getting into a freshly made bed. So it's really comfortable at the end of the day to climb back into that bed and feel my comfort of the task that I actually did complete early in the morning, and that wasn't a bad thing. So I will just say, please remember, nothing is set in stone, paths change, and you guys have all of the ability to really drive change within our community and to help and to support those others who you might not think it would be a big thing, but as you go through your life, those small things will add up and you can really help support others, like my son with his, cancer diagnosis, or the ADHD, or, that senior that needs help getting walked across the street. So please, congratulations. And, I look forward to seeing what you all are able to do in the future.
Thank you so much, Timshel. The bioscience healthcare community is so fortunate to have you as an added inspiration to our youth, to our adults, to our older community today, tomorrow, in the future. And I have to thank the inspiration to find you is through Dave Whelan, who else, with BioscienceL.A. And we thank both of you, and please, I hope you can stay with us the rest of the program, and thank you, and hope we see you as a mentor. So we'd definitely like you to meet our graduates now. And let's go on to the next slide.
Just 1 second, we might have a dramatic pause in between for effect.
Okay. As we meet our graduates, we're going to start with those who actually were able, even with COVID, were able to work on site. And our first thanks go out to Sakura Finetek, to Heidi, who has been a mentor, who has been a workshop collaborator, who has helped us bring a pre-apprenticeship into Sakura. Doris is on with us, as is their president, Cam Patel. Thank you for being with us. And a big thanks to Tina Locke, who, as production manager, put up her hand and said, yeah, I'd love to have a student. So we're going to introduce Alan. Alan, if we get to that next slide. And Tina, I'm going to ask you if you would like to say a couple of words first about Alan, about the program.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you. And yes, I would love to say a few words about Alan. Congratulations to Alan for completing his 150 hours as an associate scientist at Sakura Finetek. And thank you for including Sakura Finetek as part of the Bio-Flex internship program. We are very honored. So Alan was heavily involved in the complete production process of reagent manufacturing. His roles and responsibilities required him to coordinate closely with multiple key departments in the reagent production division within the organization. So this was a really great experience for the reagent production team. And Alan has proved himself to be a value-added team member, and we hope he learned a lot and will apply what he learned to his future goals and endeavors. So thank you, Alan, and thank you to the Bio-Flex program.
Thank you. And Alan, would you like to add anything in brief?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for providing me with this opportunity, especially the wonderful people of Cam, Tina, and Heidi. And I think my favorite part about the pre-apprenticeship was the ability to work in person in the lab and learn more about the reagent production process. I think I learned a lot about the bioscience industry, especially the importance of careful documentation and the importance of navigating with your team and double checking your work.
Thank you. And for those that are participating for the first time, you'll get to see what a certificate of completion from the Bio-Flex Advisory Board looks like. Nice picture there, Alan. Thank you. Okay, next. We have a little lag here. Amelia, there we go. Our next on-site was for Ivan, and that was at Pathways to Stem Cell Science. And Dr. Victoria Fox is the president, executive director, founder of Pathways, which is in Torrance. And also with her, George Sang, who is one of the instructors in the lab. And I'm not sure if Victoria got on yet. Are you on, Victoria? Amelia, did you see her? I don't think so. But I would like to say on Victoria's behalf that the program for Ivan, and why don't you go to the next slide, Amelia? The program with Ivan is something that she created for him. She's started a basically small facility in Torrance. It's a combination education and leased laboratory space and research space. So very similar to Crest in some ways, but in a different size and capacity. But we have a great picture of Ivan here working in the lab. And Ivan, I know you've worked very, very hard. Would you like to say a few words about the program and about your work at Pathways?
Oh yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Yeah, I just wanted to give thanks to Pathways and the Bio-Flex program for giving me the opportunity to get this experience. Just because of COVID and everything, it's been really hard to find like an internship experience or lab experience. And thanks to you guys, I had the opportunity to be put in this position. And I'm definitely honored. And in terms of what I was doing in the lab, I was getting a lot of like lab experience and experience working with stem cells and different methods in research, and just getting a better understanding of what it takes to do research and like the mindset you have to have and the work ethic and how to approach like a project or something that like you're not sure what the end result is, but you kind of like start planning different steps and stages on how to approach the problems and just like critical thinking.
Great. Great. Thank you so much. I know you've worked really hard and you have a busy schedule at school and at work, at home. So thank you. Okay, let's move on.
There we go.
Okay, we have a wonderful group. Is Paul still on? Hopefully.
I'm still here. Yes.
Oh, good, good, good. We'd like to introduce Paul Webster, senior faculty with Crest Institute of Science, who has been doing a lot of co-op work with the students at Citrus College. Marianne Smith, I don't believe was able to be on today. She has just been marvelous at working with the students. So Paul, let me ask you to kind of introduce the program, and then we're going to introduce the students.
Yes, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. It's my honor and pleasure to not so much introduce, but to welcome our students who had to take something with their hearts in hands and not knowing what they were going to do, and enroll into a co-op class that we were experimenting with at Crest, and joined that with the Bio-Flex program. They were mystified to begin with, but I hope they've found out already that they're joining a very large network of people who are interested in supporting them and helping them on their way. I encourage them to stay in touch with me, and I'll leave them to introduce themselves because they've been practicing this.
Paul did a wonderful combination of both the soft skills and the technical skills, the hard skills. So these students got a lot. Okay, Amelia is going to be introducing the students. So let's move on.
Okay, so we're going to go through these in alphabetical order, just so all the students from Citrus College have a heads up of when you're coming. So our first graduate is Ali KT from Citrus College. If you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about your experience in the program.
Yeah, hello everyone, my name is Ali. I'll be transferring to UC San Diego this upcoming fall, majoring with mechanical engineering and specializing in controls and robotics. My favorite part was doing research about nanotechnology, microbiology. I now feel more prepared to participate in my summer research experience at UC Berkeley. I would like to thank the Bio-Flex, Dr. Paul Webster, the Crest team, Dr. Marianne Smith, and the STEM trio for supporting me during my last semester at Citrus College. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations, Ali. Okay, so our next graduate is Elijah Nevalta, also from Citrus College. Elijah, if you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about your experience in the program.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Can you guys hear me just okay? Okay, perfect. Good afternoon. My name is Elijah Navalta. I am a biotechnology major. I'm transferring to Cal Poly Pomona in the fall. And first, I would just like to begin by thanking Dr. Paul Webster and Dr. Marianne Smith for giving me an opportunity to introduce me to the lab and to work hands-on with all their different projects that they're doing. And I'd like to also thank the Crest team for being so considerate and taking time off of their day to teach us students on the world of science and what they're doing. And so my favorite part, I'd have to say, was that every day that I came into Crest, I learned something new. And it's something that even after I'm gone from Crest, that I would take into my life, that any day or any other day, I would just like to learn at least one new thing. And Crest has taught me that learning is a most important skill, and I'd like to thank them for showing me that.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Elijah. Our next graduate is Aya Halabai from Citrus College. If you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about your experience in the program.
Hello, everybody. My name is Aya Halabi. I am an applied mathematics major transferring to California State University, Fullerton next fall semester. I just want to thank Bio-Flex, Dr. Webster, and Dr. Marianne Smith for giving me this opportunity to be able to work at a lab. I know you might be wondering, why is a mathematician in a program like this? For me, just being able to know more about different fields outside my realm is something super important for me. And also, I've always had this stereotype that working in a lab is super boring. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry, Paul, but through getting introduced to Crest and getting to know more about research, I'm actually considering working in a lab myself. So the tables have turned for me, I guess. And I like Elijah, learning new things has been an important goal for me. I've always wanted to be a knowledgeable person in any field, and Crest was able to provide me that. And also, I've learned things at Crest that I wouldn't have been able to learn in any other places. For example, sectioning samples and being able to use a HPLC microscope. If I'm saying it wrong, sorry. And yeah, thank you again, and good luck to everybody.
Awesome. Congratulations. Our next graduate, I think, is on. Gerardo Limon, are you on? Do you want to unmute yourself, Gerardo, and say a few words about your experience?
Yes. Hello, my name is Gerardo Limon. I am a biology major at Citrus with the eventual hopes of transferring into ecology and evolutionary biology sometime in the future. I would first like to thank Dr. Paul Webster and the Crest Institute of Science for being able to provide me with an experience to learn more about the sciences. I would also like to thank Dr. Marianne Smith, who has been an overall help with me for a while now and has really opened my eyes up into the different fields of science and research. And my final thanks will go to the Bio-Flex program and its organizers who have managed to put together this experience for me I've been able to partake in. One of the lasting impressions I will have of this program is having my eyes open to the fields of science. Going in, I didn't think I had what it takes to become a scientist, nor like the interest in research, but having been a part of the program, I have come to realize that my perceptions were pretty much wrong, and that as long as I have like a desire for science, I could definitely succeed. And this program has also taught me that there's more to science than just research. There's an entire outreach program, like what's being done here, that has really ignited an interest for me. And I would like, and for that, I'm thankful.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Eduardo. That's awesome. Our next graduate, dramatic pause, is Jacqueline Alba. If you want to unmute yourself, Jacqueline, and say a few words about your experience.
Yes, hi, I'm Jackie. My major is neuroscience, and I'll be transferring out this fall to UC Riverside. I would like to thank the faculty staff members from Bio-Flex, Dr. Paul Webster for his time and consideration in contacting everybody, and Dr. Smith. This opportunity, my last semester, my favorite part of this entire experience was having to explore new possibilities for my career, and especially having to hear out every speaker on their story, their background, and their own experience on their own career journey. It really opened my eyes up to realize that there's more than just one field. It's never a straight path career. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jackie. Congratulations. Our next graduate, I think, is not able to join us today, but we want to recognize her, Jasmine Jimenez. Congratulations, Jasmine, from Citrus College. And our next graduate is Karina Lazama. Karina, if you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about your experience in the program.
Hi everyone, my name's Karina. I'm a biology major right now, but I'm hoping to pursue a degree in biomedical engineering. I'm one of the lucky students that got to be in person with Paul and all of the Crest team, so I want to say a big thank you to them because they let us work on some of their projects and they let us shadow them, which was super fun. But also thank you to Bio-Flex, especially Amelia, for always keeping in touch with us. And Dr. Smith, although she couldn't be here. My lasting impression for this would definitely have to be going in person and working in a lab. Because of COVID, I didn't really have much experience in a lab with my classes, so being able to go in and learn from actual scientists was really fun.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Karina.
Thank you.
And our last but not least graduate for the Crest Citrus College cohort is Miranda. If you want to unmute yourself, Miranda, and say a few words about your experience.
Hi, my name is Miranda. My major is molecular and cell biology, and this fall I'll be transferring to UC Berkeley. I wanted to say a huge thank you to Dr. Paul Webster and Dr. Marianne Smith for helping me get this opportunity to participate in this program. One of my favorite parts of this program that really stuck to me was definitely Dr. Paul Webster's elevator talk practice, because it kind of was the first time that I was able to learn how to talk to another or a professional and be able to communicate with someone in a professional environment. And I definitely learned how to branch out and definitely network and all these other like job opportunities that I could look into outside of what I already had in mind at the beginning of this program. So it just definitely helped me grow as a person and open my eyes to more opportunities that I could work towards.
Awesome. Congratulations, Miranda. So that is our Citrus College cohort. Congratulations, everyone. We're going to move on to our next cohort.
I'm just waiting for the slide. Okay, we would like to introduce Maisha Mathis, who is a fabulous human being and really stretched out this time. She is part of the GROW Tape-Opportunity program, and we would also like to thank Euphemia and the others that are on from DPSS who guided her and opened this program up to her. Maisha not only is finishing this program, but she's going to go on to our Bio-Flex Pre-Apprenticeship, talk about understanding and learning about careers. Maisha, would you like to say anything briefly?
I want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to do this program. And I just want to take my career further, and I hope you guys stay in touch. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you got a cheerleading team over there. Good for you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Congratulations, Maisha.
Yeah. And next. Okay. Next, we have our high school cohort, and that's actually how we started. And we, for the first time, I think, had 5 schools participate. So we had City Honors, which is in Englewood, and the cheerleader there has been Melissa Williams, and we really want to shout out to Melissa for her help here. The next logo is from Lawndale High School, and we'd like to do a shout out there to Letitia and Michelle there, to North High in Torrance, with a shout out to Tara and to Karen, who I know is on today. Thank you. And to the STEM Academy of Hollywood. And there we had one of the teachers, David Trachtenberg, who worked with us, who I don't believe is on today. And then we had a nice sized cohort from Verbum Day, and hopefully I'm saying it right this time. And thanks to Christina for all of her guidance, both to us and to the students. And we're going to be starting with the City Honors. So now you know the routine, students. As your school is being called, get ready to unmute yourself. And you can just say just a couple of words. It doesn't have to be long. I know you didn't practice like our citrus folks got to practice. So are we starting with City Honors, correct?
So we're going to go in alphabetical order by school and then by name. So you have a heads up of when you're coming.
And there's our special thanks to Melissa.
Okay, so City Honors. Our first graduate from City Honors is Donald Becker Owens. Donald, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about the program?
Yes, hi. I just want to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to learn more about bioscience and other career options that are available to you. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Donald.
And Donald is showing you the blueprint certificate, just so you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was their track 1, soft skills.
Our next graduate is John Kennedy from City Honors. John, if you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about the program.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me for this graduation. I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to learn much more about bioscience and for giving me new experiences. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations, John. Okay, so that was our City Honors cohort. So now we're moving on to our Lawndale cohort. And as Deborah said, special shout out to Letitia and Michelle. We really appreciated all your support to help the students. So our first graduate from Lawndale is Diana Alejandra Santiago. Diana, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Hello, my name is Diana, and I would like to thank everyone who was involved in this program for this opportunity. I learned a lot of new skills, and I really enjoyed being a part of this.
Congratulations, Diana. Our next graduate is, so that was actually, we had one graduate from Lawndale. So our next cohort is from North High School in Torrance. Special shout out to Karen for all your support. And our one graduate from North High School is Micah Gullet. Micah, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Yeah. Thank you everyone for this opportunity, especially Amelia and Deborah for being able to make time to do the interview with me. I really enjoyed my time here, and I really enjoyed learning about the different career paths.
Awesome. Congratulations, Micah.
And just to let you all know that we, in the past, both North High and Lawndale have had other cohorts with us. Mm-hmm. So this was just one of those things where it's only a single, because we were really time pressed for this one, but we're delighted that we had a student from each of them. Great. And now we get into our bigger cohorts.
Okay, so our next cohort is from STEM Academy of Hollywood. Another shout out to Dave for all of your support. Our first graduate from STEM Academy is Abigail Marcial. Abigail, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Abigail Marcial and I'm a junior. And I would like to thank Bio-Flex Pre-Apprenticeship for the opportunity and Amelia for always keeping in touch. And what I liked about the program is how they provided in what to say in interviews and what kind of questions to expect, and how they expose us to different career pathways.
Awesome. Congratulations, Abigail. Our next graduate is Shananya Conquilla. Shananya, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about the program?
Hi. Hi, my name is Shananya. I'm a sophomore at STEM Academy of Hollywood High School. First of all, I just want to thank the Bio-Flex program for such an amazing and inspiring opportunity. I learned so much from the program, and I have lots of experience from this program too. I really love when we get to ask questions and like learn a lot from the professional and workers there. I really enjoy my time here. Thank you.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Shananya. Our next graduate is Jose Daniel Flores. Jose, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Hello, my name is Jose Flores. I'm from STEM Academy. One of the things that I really liked about this program were, like, in the end, the blueprints and doing all the research. Those were pretty fun to do because it was something that I didn't know, and it would take some time away from me, do something. And yeah, that it was pretty fun. It was a very nice experience being in this program and meeting new people.
Congratulations, Jose. Our next cohort is from Verbum Day High School. And we want to shout out to Christina. Thank you for all your support. And our first graduate from Verbum Day is Demarian. Demarian Tyler, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about the program, your experience in the program?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. And y'all really opened my eyes to a different job fields. I just want to say thank you.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Demarian. Our next graduate is Edmund Munoz. Edward, my apologies, Edward Munoz. Edward, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about your experience in the program?
Yes, I wanted to thank Bio-Flex so much for this opportunity. You guys have a great community over there. There was so much exposition to different fields and different opportunities, how to take them, and the training also really helped me a lot to kind of gain confidence in myself and what I can do. Thank you so much.
Very cool, Edward. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Cameron Earl Banner. Cameron, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about the program?
Yeah, for sure. First off, I'd like to say my name is Cameron Banner, and I'm a senior. Next year, I'm going to be majoring in computer science and minoring in neuroscience at St. John's University. And throughout this program, I really enjoyed my time, and I'd like to thank everybody who handed me the opportunity to participate. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cameron. And our last but not least, our last graduate is Zachariah Crouch. Zachariah, do you want to unmute yourself and say a few words?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a great day today. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity for me to be in this program. Thanks everybody that made this happen. And I also want to thank the people who sent me, like the people from my school, like Christina, who sent me the email of this program. I definitely am glad that I took advantage of this opportunity. And I just really like the resume building workshop because it opened my eyes to, what companies are looking for in a particular person, especially like with the resumes, the keywords and everything. With the resume, you're basically selling yourself to the company, how you can be a valuable asset to the company. So I really love how, the different guest speakers gave us knowledgeable information about that. And I just want to say thank you guys again, and thank you for this opportunity.
Great. Congratulations, Zachariah.
Yeah, and I think Zachariah made a good point that I'd just like to emphasize. That was in one of the first slides, that our guest speakers, our workshop participants are invaluable to us. And I know we call on a lot of you and go beyond, and some of you who just refer others to us. So thank you. And I know many are on the program today. Let us join Zachariah and the others in thanking all of our workshop participants.
Yes.
Okay.
Yay,
Chris,
congratulations.
Yeah, this is a kind of collage of everybody. Congratulations. And Chris, we're going right to the open, right? Open comments?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
from here. We wanted
Okay.
to give those that are guests today a chance to maybe say a few words to the graduates. Any companies on the line that or educators, feel free to just jump in and say a few words. Or I don't know, can we raise our hand, Deborah?
They can just, they could, but, we find that it works. It's worked
Okay.
last time. Yeah, just some of you that are putting into chat, if you'd like to say something, just unmute yourself and go ahead.
I'll say something. I'm actually going to have to log off for a 4:30 meeting. My name
Good
is
timing.
Christina Cuellar. I am the Vice President of the Corporate Work Study Program at Verbum Day High School. And it is refreshing to see so many students, not just our students at Verbum Day, but at all of the other high schools and from Citrus College and the other programs in the community, do something extra for themselves. At Verbum Day, we're constantly talking about ways to invest in our community, invest in our future, and invest in us. And this is one of those programs, students, where you are investing in yourselves to set yourselves apart from other kids your age. And so I am proud of you. Verb, you are representing, and I am excited for each and every single one of you, and looking forward to seeing your continued growth. Thanks to all of the administrators for putting this program on. It's been rewarding for the kids, so thank you.
Thanks to you, Christina. Anybody else? We see, hopefully all the students are looking at the chat and see some of the congratulations coming in by chat from some of our speakers. Carlos, would you like to say anything? One of our workshop speakers?
Hey, Deborah.
Thanks.
Thanks for, hi, how you doing? Congratulations, everyone. And I just wanted to say, I'm so proud of you guys, especially during a real challenging year with COVID and just a lot of, pressure and just uncertainty. So I really want to applaud your maturity that I've seen in all your presentations and getting to know you. So that's it. I just I'm really encouraged by hearing individual stories. Thank you.
Thank you. And Rochelle Mendez, would you mind unmuting yourself and just giving us your perspective?
Sure. Just wanted to say congratulations to each and every one of you. It is really a great accomplishment. It's amazing what the administration for Bio-Flex has done for each and every one of these students, and what every mentor and has done to get them to where they're at today. So I do congratulate each and every one of you. I heard some people going, or one person going to Cal Poly. So if, as an engineer, I believe, we do have internships here. And if Deborah can give them my phone number, we'd love to have some interns come in for this summer.
And Michelle, they don't know who you're with.
Freudenberg Medical, I'm sorry. I thought you guys would guess it. Yes, Freudenberg Medical. It's been a very challenging year for us, very busy, and we manufacture COVID-19 tests here as well as medical devices, and couldn't participate as fully as we wanted to in this program because of the pandemic and our no visitor policy. But we are starting back up, and hopefully, like I said, I heard some Cal Poly Pomona in there. Hopefully we can get some internships going for some of the engineers that are looking to grow their overall resume and their career.
Fabulous. Thank you. We one of the ways that we've tried to motivate the students to be on today was saying there are going to be employers on. This is another chance to network, or be seen at least. Anybody else before we close? We're doing great on time.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Deborah, thank you. This is with Lauda Institute. I'm a colleague of Carlos's as well, and he was a workshop speaker I know. I just wanted to echo what everyone else has said here, and thank you, and thank the organization, and thank you for bringing along this great program. One thing I will just simply say is science is really the future of our growth, of our economic development, of our ability to be able to project value out to the world. This is a great place for it. And I just want to encourage you all to look around and open your horizons and make sure that you understand that there's a connection between all the things you've learned in the sciences, whether it's biosciences per se in the real classical sense, or nanotechnology or other ancillary things. This is where it begins to start mushrooming out into potential opportunities for you as you look at careers and so on. We've developed a program called Heal.LA that is focused on patient access, medical innovations, considerable kind of growth of the biosciences here in LA. And we're really looking forward to participating actively with the organizations that are represented here, as well as Deborah has been a very, very major part of the thinking that we have on workforce moving forward. So thank you all. Really, congratulations to you. What a great job you've all done. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit. And thank you for loaning us some of your coworkers. Anybody else?
Deborah, hi, this is Jordanos with Councilmember Ridley Thomas's office. I just want to say congratulations to all the students, and I'm so glad you're here because we really need you. We need your brilliance, we need your creativity, we need your lived experience to help us, you know, make sure that the biotech innovations, bioscience innovations really impact us all. So, you know, there's just been so much investment in LA for the bioscience and the life science industry. And it's very encouraging to see you guys all here because it makes me feel like, you know, we have nothing to worry about. You're already on the path. So thank you for being here, and thank you for, this has been a wonderful graduation to be able to watch.
Yeah, and we'd like to add our thanks to Jordanos, who helped us out with some suggestions on different schools to talk with and counselors to be in touch with. And as Mark Ridley Thomas moved from the district from supervisor to the city, we followed you and found out where you were. So thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, this is Stacy Hawkins with Biotech Primer. I just wanted to wish everybody the best of luck as you continue your learning and your very, very exciting futures. You all did it, and congratulations.
And Stacy, why don't you tell them why they should all know you?
So Biotech Primer, some of you, maybe all of you, have taken some of our on-demand courses, and we specialize in doing biotech training for the non-scientists, but as many of you have shown, many of you are scientists, mathematicians, and engineers. So, but those are the courses that you took. My company, which I started 20 years ago, those were our courses that we created. So I hope you found great value in them. And if anybody is interested in learning some more, please contact me because you are friends and family now. So we can give you a special discount for coming. Special discount meaning, you know, please, I would love to give you all a free course if there is anything else that you're interested in. So please give me a call. Thank you.
And just as a reminder, and for those that don't know, our high school students all had their track 2, which was the technical skills, through Stacy's program. And Stacy has been very generous to us in terms of helping us out financially, advice, feedback, and so on. So students, all of you remember, whether you're with any of the cohorts that you were with in this group, you've been asked, and many of you have already done, a feedback report, a very quick survey that we send you. And one of them, you will be asked about your track 2. Now, again, I think it was just the high school students. No, actually there's some others, but at least the high school students all did Stacy's programs. So we do want your feedback, and we do share that with her. Anybody else? Okay. All right, Chris, any final words?
Yeah, wow. What a nice program. And thank you so much to everyone who helped put this together, and all the partners and all the graduates. Thank you for your stories, your inspiring stories, and sharing your experiences. And as I said in the beginning, we're here for you. Even though you have graduated, we still want to help you along your career pathway. And all of the different partners on this call want to see you be successful. So congratulations again, and thank you everyone for attending today.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye
Have a good
now.
one, everyone.
Bye. Congratulations,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.